Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Simple Truth News Update. I am your host, Jermaine. I'm back again. Had a video I did just not too long ago, earlier today, which stated that George Zimmerman, in the Trayvon Martin case, the gentleman that shot Trayvon Martin, had broken his silence. Well, here yet again is another development in this Trayvon Martin senseless murder. 17-year-old boy murdered, shot in the chest, and he died. And there is a public outrage and outcry for his murderer to be brought to justice. So let me read this in this latest article. It's dated March 24th, which is today. And it says, witness says he saw Trayvon attack Zimmerman. And they say they have a video. It says, here's an interesting turn of events in the Trayvon Martin case. A new witness to the shooting has come forward and claims the 17-year-old did in fact attack George Zimmerman, the Neighborhood Watch volunteer who shot and killed Martin. Zimmerman, who was not arrested or charged by authorities, claims he shot the teenager in self-defense. Martin was unarmed. According to Tampa Bay Fox affiliate WTVT-TV, what the witness says he saw could bolster Zimmerman's claim that he shot Martin in self-defense. Quote, the guy on the bottom who had a red sweater on was yelling to me, help, help. And I told him to stop, and I was calling 911, he said. Trayvon Martin was in a hoodie. Zimmerman was in red. The witness only wanted to be identified as John and didn't want to be shown on camera. Didn't want to be shown on camera. His statements to police were instrumental because police backed up Zimmerman's claims, saying those screams on the 911 call are those of Zimmerman. When I got upstairs and looked down, the guy who was on top beating up the other guy was the one lying in the grass, and I believe he was dead at that point, John said. So I'm going to play for you. I'm not going to put it here on camera, but I'm going to play for you so you can hear this Tampa Bay, Florida, Fox affiliate WTVT, their account of what happened in this case. So I'm going to play it now.
We've seen the rallies and we've heard the outcry. Now we go back to the night George Zimmerman shot Trayvon Martin to death. A witness we have not heard from before paints a much different picture than we've seen so far. The night of that shooting, police say there was a witness who saw it all. Our sister station, Fox 35 in Orlando, has spoken to that man. Shannon Butler has the exclusive interview that shows another side to a story that has gripped the country.
What Sanford police have in their folder they put together on the killing of Trayvon Martin, few know. The file now sits in the hands of the state attorney. And now that file is just weeks away from being opened up to a grand jury. Tonight, we are learning more about why cops believe that night George Zimmerman shouldn't have gone to jail.
I'm part of the Neighborhood Watch.
Zimmerman called a non-emergency line and told the dispatchers he was following a teen. He was told not to. And from that moment to that shooting, details are few.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy.
But this man's testimony could be key for the cops.
The guy on the bottom, who I believe had a red sweater on, was yelling to me, help, help. I told him to stop, and I was calling 911.
Trayvon was in a hoodie, Zimmerman in red. He only gave his name to us as John and didn't want to be shown on camera that night after the shooting, but his statements to the cops were instrumental because Sanford police backed up Zimmerman's claims, saying those screams you hear on this 911 are those of the Neighborhood Watch captain, not Trayvon Martin.
And then when I got upstairs and looked down, the person that was on top beating up the other guy was the one laying in the grass, and I believe he was dead at that point.
Zimmerman says the shooting was self-defense. According to information released on the Sanford City website, Zimmerman said he was going back to his SUV when he was attacked. not the 17-year-old.
And that was Shannon Butler reporting. Sanford police say Zimmerman was bloody in his face and head. The back of his shirt was wet and had grass stains, indicating a struggle took place before the shooting. The police report adds another layer of confusion, though, to this story. The first officer on the scene characterized the shooting as manslaughter and unnecessary killing to prevent an unlawful act. We have that police report on our website, myfoxtampabay.com.
Okay. Now, after hearing that, it puts in more confusion, stirs the pot even more so because of this public outcry. What's most important to note is that we are talking about a 140-pound 17-year-old and a grown man. I don't know if he was my size. I'm 6 foot, 215 pounds. But I don't believe there's a 140-pound 17-year-old teenager on the planet that could have me to the point where I'm screaming like a girl and would feel that I needed to use deadly force to get him off of me. I'm going to continue to share more and more about this story as it develops. But the simple truth of the whole thing is, ladies and gentlemen, it is still a senseless murder of a young teenager. And the importance of that is the fact that it was a black teenager and a white person that was so-called accosted to push him to be able to put this deadly force on this child. And yet there is still no arrest and there has been no justice for Mr. Trayvon Martin and his family. This has been the simple truth, and as I always share with you, the simple things are oftentimes the most profound, but yet they are the most difficult to put into practice. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back with you real soon.
Uh-oh, look at him looking.